Throughout this video, I'm going to use and answer video ideas and questions from the comments to see if they're any good. And at the end of this video, I'll show you why playing close air support is actually causing your team to lose. But before we can do that, we have to answer the first question. Okay, so for this first question, we have to fix our bayonet and stab the other guy because someone wanted tips for close combat. Now I couldn't find the comment, but it was asking for tips for combat, specifically close combat. And although close combat is 70% reaction time and 30% suicide, there is a couple of ways to improve your chances. So even though chance and dumb luck plays a huge role in close combat, pre-aiming before you round corners, taking corners slower, and looking both ways before crossing will help you spot tanks before you run right into their gun. Think of taking a corner like accepting candy from a white van. Either don't do it, or come prepared. But beyond taking corners like an old lady, hugging cover can be just as important, because every inch you move exposes another angle that someone can shoot you from. So you should make friends with buildings, cars, and even teammates. And if you hear tracks or engines, you're not paranoid. Someone is definitely hunting you. Okay, that was just the first question answered, but we still have 4 left, with the 4th one being the most controversial. But this next question comes from Steven, and he wants to know how, when, and where to look during a match. Now, this one's a bit tricky. I mean, you really need to be looking everywhere. But as you don't have 360-degree vision, well, you shouldn't. There's only so many places you can look at one time. So when you first spawn, look where your teammates aren't going. That's probably where you'll be flanked the easiest, so definitely pay attention to those sides. And focus on the horizon, corners, buildings, train cars, towers, or anything that could provide cover for enemies. And use your minimap and free camera. Also, remember to pay attention to the sky later in the match, as that's when the close air support likes to come out to play. And when you do get a kill, don't just freeze. Your biggest threat isn't the guy you just shot, it's his buddies that are about to shoot you in the butt. But now it's time for our next question, and this one takes us all the way to the USA, because this guy wants tips for American tanks. So, here. Okay, when it comes to American tanks, they're built different, and that's not quite a compliment. But here's how you use them. Although, as a German player myself, I'm not sure if I'm the best to give advice on American tanks, but if you must know, here you go. Most Germans actually have vertical stabilizers, which is your biggest advantage at lower tiers, so use them to take snapshots. Not this kind. These. But because you rarely have armor going for you and barely have guns going for you, you'll have to rely on your speed to get flanking shots. So you're definitely not a frontline tank, you're a counterpuncher. What does that mean? I don't know. Basically, don't brawl. Instead, flank, scout, flank, and definitely flank. The M18, for example, isn't a sniper tank, it's a flanker. You zip around and delete distracted enemies, not trade shots in an alley like a big fat Churchill. Now we are so close to answering my question, but for this next question, we have to take to the skies because Riley wants to know how to play close air support. So, here you go. Okay, well I'll have to make a separate video for this one, so if you enjoy bombing tanks, definitely don't go watch it. I would hate for people to get more accurate with dropping bombs. It's so annoying. Out of all the tanks on the battlefield, I get bombed. Why? Also, the Wasp and Acer is Cool suggested a video on AAs, so I'll do that video after the video on close air support. That way I can get revenge on all those damn airplanes. So far, we have answered 4 of your questions. We've traveled around the world and taken to the skies, and now it's time for one of mine. Do you want a model tank? Well, why not go to Fistful of Studs and get one? And if you're broke like me, then here's a coupon you can use to get 10% off the tank you buy. No wait, that's not my question. Oh, here we go. Can I point out why playing close air support is bad? Yes, that I can do. You see, LowTierLegend is making a good point here, and there's actually a legit reason for not playing close air support. You see, when you take in a plane, you rob your team of one more tank on the ground pushing back the enemy. And sure, you can win matches with tons of close air support. But when push comes to shove more often than not will take the W. Not only that, but most matches are won by taking and keeping the cap zones, not by bombing me, over and over again.
I'm sorry.
This is what you get for bombing me. You deserve this. Eat lead, bitch. What I'm trying to say is, if you take in close air support, use it correctly. Get some kills, not me, and then take in a tank. The longer you stay in the air, the more likely you are to lose. Think about it. When your team gets steamrolled, did you have close air support? Exactly. Anyways, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my next reserve to top tier episode. Watch my Spookston breakdown here, comment a video idea for me to make, or visit fistfulofstuds.com, and I'll see you in the next map.